Hi, everybody. It is the Horsemen Hangout. It is April the 8th, 2015. We are right in the thick of the start of a new baseball season here in 2015. Lots to talk about here with baseball. As to my left, I'm watching the Phillies, who are currently up 3-0 over the Boston Red Sox, one of the best teams in baseball. So let's hope that they can finish up and get a W here, the first of the season. But anyway, we have the panel here. It's spring, but it's cold outside. Let me introduce you to the panel. As always, Mr. Z there from the Hangout.
How's everybody doing?
Not bad. Stephen Page is here. He's live from the airport in Myrtle Beach. He's flying back up, but I can't see him still. Can we hear you, Steve? Steve, come in. All I see is a picture of you and HBK. So unless that's live, are you actually with HBK right now?
I think they're looking at us, both of them.
It's weird that he actually set up his camera and they're just standing there. I've met Triple H. HBK. He's a nice guy, but I don't think he would do that. But anyway, what are you eating?
It's a cottage cheese party tonight, kids. Cottage cheese party, right, Mr. Lane? Cottage cheese party.
Cottage cheese, really?
Yeah.
Oh my word.
Mr. Lane, buy or sell cottage cheese as a snack?
Well, I don't eat it, but I'll buy it. So.
You'll buy it for Rue. You'll buy it for Rue when he comes
Yes, I will. Absolutely.
Now, Justin, I don't mean to interrupt. We were talking before the show, and Mr. Rue wasn't here, but I needed to get this reaction live on the Horseman Hangout. Mr. Lane, I'll ask you the question again. How does it feel to know that your former Braves hero, Jeff Francoeur, a.k.a. Frenchie, has hit a 3-run home run for the Phillies tonight?
Frenchie.
Mr. Lane, if I'm not mistaken, he used to be in the theme song of the Braves TV, whatever it was, on that station.
Yeah, the old Peachtree TV song. Yes, I remember.
Frenchie, yeah, man, it's true. Ain't nothing getting by you.
All right.
Whoa.
All right. Well, as you can see right there, this is like one of the predictions right here. I don't know if y'all can see this.
Sour grapes.
And Steve is in the building.
There he is, live from the airport.
Doing the Atlanta Braves job.
Right there.
Oh my word! Y'all have lost it already.
Uh-oh.
No, that's a sack fly. We'll take it.
There we go.
All right. Chase Utley almost went yard there, as you can tell by me and Z's reaction. Anyway, before we get to your Mr. Lane, your talk about how the Phillies are going to be the worst team in baseball in the history of baseball. Frenchie, Jeff Francoeur did hit 3-run home run. Phillies are now up 4-0. I just wanted to say to one person who may be listening, Miss Baseball Betsy, who on Twitter pretty much made fun of Aaron Harang due to his weight and what he looks like. But you know what? He went out and pitched 6 strong innings tonight, and he's our number 2 starter. So sorry, Baseball Betsy, you're welcome to come on here.
Well, if we're in the mood for giving shout-outs, I'd like to give a shout-out to someone. Can I?
Go ahead.
Well, I'd like to give a shout-out to a potential special guest that we may have next week. Next week when we return to All Wrestling Talk, I give a shout-out to my friend Big Josh Hinkle. Big Josh is a big wrestling fan just like me, and we're part of the brand on Vince Russo's website. And Big Josh Hinkle, love to have you on the Horseman Hangout. I think I echo the sentiments of everyone here tonight.
Now, I just wanted to state that Josh Hinkle would be a good addition, but he will not be replacing anybody on the show, as we are very well set here with the 5. But
no, just be a. I just want to spice it up with a new wrestling fan, just to add.
I didn't say that. I just wanted to make it clear that he would be a 6th guest, or a 2nd guest, whatever.
All right.
Yes, we don't want to have heat with the internet.
Anyway, all right. Well, let's get to it, Mr. Lane.
Yes.
Before you get to your little prediction segment, last weekend, I guess it was Sunday, Easter Sunday, we heard of this trade that went down between The Atlanta Braves, their new GM, John Hart, and the San Diego Padres, the hero of Atlanta Braves land, Craig Kimbrell, quite possibly the best closer in the game. Kimbrell of Oldest Chapman, he is dealt to the San Diego Padres. Now, I've been waiting to get your take on this all week. I want to know
Absolutely.
if he buys or if he sells this, if he's for it or against it.
All right, well, I see Ruchivi's trying to eat snacks, so stop it already. I got some material that I want to get off my chest anyway. You know what? I buy this deal. I buy it because, see, you know, I buy this deal. It's going to benefit the Braves, I think, in the long run because, yes, they got rid of Craig Kimbrell, and they also got rid of Melvin Upton, formerly known as B.J. Upton. So he's no longer in the Atlanta Brave payroll anymore. So I do buy this deal. Really what John Hart has been doing all off season, he's been retooling the Braves farm system, which has been on the decline, basically. It's been on the decline, quite frankly, for the last few years. And are you trying to eat mustard and a hot dog? Oh, brother, or mustard and pretzels, so brother.
I'm really interested in what Mr. Lane's saying here, so could you just please hold off on that?
Well, he just wants to be funny. Anyway, but yeah, John Hart, was doing a lot of off-season moves. I mean, he was very busy in the off-season. You know, the Braves took it very seriously. I mean, they didn't play around. See, once they were mathematically eliminated from playoff contention last year, Frank Wren was gone, and basically most of the stuff that he had accomplished under his general manager rule has been gone. See, Dan Uggla is done. You also have B.J. Upton's done. Justin Upton's done. We have a rookie second baseman in Peterson who's done pretty good for the Braves actually. The first few games he's done very well. He had turned an impressive double play. But I do buy this trade. I mean, for the Braves, I think it benefits the Braves in the long run. And they're not the first couple games. I know it's only 2 games in. They've been playing better baseball. They put the ball in play now. But here's a player that I have to also watch out for. E.Y. Jr. or Eric Young Jr. because his father was a second baseman for the Rockies, but his son's a very solid player too.
Solid.
The scrub for the Mets for years.
He's solid. Z.
Man has speed though, man. Z, come on, man. Man has speed.
Z, if you're John Hart, do you do this deal? Does it make sense if you're John Hart?
No, I mean, I agree with Mr. Lane's point. It benefits the Braves in the long run. Whether Mr. Lane wants to admit it or not, the Braves are going to be in the basement of the NL East with the Phillies this year. So he's really got no room to talk when he talks about how bad the Phillies are going to be because the Braves are going to be just as bad. So it doesn't really make a point to have a very good closer on a bad team. So the Braves made a good trade. They got the #1 pitching prospect from the Padres, and they're trying to speed up the rebuild, and they're going to see results as quick as either next year or as other teams like the Phillies aren't. So, credit to John Hart for doing what he's doing down there in Atlanta.
Looks like Mr. Lane is frozen.
He is frozen. He is frozen.
How long will he go?
Mr. Z, I love you, bro, but I don't know if the Braves are going to finish last in the division. I mean, to be honest with you, man, I think this team's going to fight, claw, scratch, grind, whatever.
Roar.
I think roar. If the Braves play beyond expectations, then we're going to be fine. I think the Braves are going to be just fine. The Nationals could be the class of the division for all I care about. It's either put up or shut up, like I said. And I don't know if we all watched opening day or not. The Nationals screwed themselves over with some poor defense. I don't know if you all saw the highlights of the Nationals-Mets a few days ago. I mean, there was a situation where Dan Uggla, former Brave, had the ball, and then Ian Desmond, out of nowhere, who's the team's shortstop, called him off, which made absolutely no sense. He had called for the ball, and then Desmond got involved in it.
Hey, yeah. Let me just say that the beauty of the Hangout is that we can say things on here, and at the end of the season, we can just, with a click of a mouse, go back to what we said. So, whoever finishes last, maybe it won't be the Phillies or the Braves. Maybe it'll be the Mets, but we'll see. I want to go to Mr. Page there, see if he's awake. Are you awake? Awake?
riding the bill.
What's the status of your flight here? You're flying back into New England. You flying into Logan? Is that where you're flying?
Yeah, I'm flying into Logan. I leave here at 10:30.
You leave there at 10:30. Okay, so you'll be probably boarding around 10:10 or so, or something like that.
Yeah.
Cool. Where are you flying? Southwest or where you fly from?
Spirit Airlines.
Spirit's not bad if I.
Spirit, okay.
Spirit, they're heavy out of Atlantic City, I think.
They fly out of AC. He's right. That's correct.
Yeah, I've taken Spirit before. Good airline. All right. Well, I mean, do we want this to be? I don't really have notes here because I honestly just got home, so I don't know if we want to talk all baseball or if we want to throw it to a little bit of what happened on Raw.
Well, let's talk more about baseball, and we'll get to wrestling in just a little bit. Now we'll talk about wrestling shortly, but let's talk more about baseball now.
Let's talk baseball.
Yeah. All right. I mean, I have an idea. Host, you're kind of on the fly here. Why don't we just go around the panel and throw out our predictions for our favorite teams, and then just some World Series and playoff predictions.
That's what I was thinking, Z. You're right on. I was thinking same thing too, man.
Listen, I gotta. Before we do that, 'cause I wanted to kind of get into a couple things. I wanted to do something fun. I wanted to play. Now you know what? We gotta play it now. We play Guess That Wrestler. Right now, we're gonna play Guess That Hall of Famer, since it's baseball edition. So we're gonna play Guess the Hall of Famer, and it won't be that difficult of a guy. So I'll try to make it pretty easy, and it's somewhat relevant to the date today. So that's the only clue I'll give. So I'll start it out with Mr. Z. Name that baseball Hall of Famer.
Okay. Were you a infielder?
No. Stephen Page.
Were you a pitcher?
Nope. Root TV.
Are you Hispanic?
No. Mr. Lane, sir.
Was this player in the National League?
Oh, excuse me. Ooh.
Yes. Unless they changed.
Okay. Did this player play?
Wait. I'm not sure. I'm gonna take that back. I'm not sure about that answer. So
all right. Okay.
Does it go back to me, or does Mr. Lane get to ask another question?
Another question, because I couldn't answer that one.
Okay. Did this following player play for more than one team?
Yes.
Okay. Was this player an infielder?
No.
Okay.
Ooh.
Was this player a pitcher?
No. Stephen Page.
So if he wasn't a pitcher and he wasn't an infielder, he must have been an outfielder.
Correct. Yes.
Correct. What primary position?
We're losing you. Say it again.
I said, was his primary position out in left field?
No, I don't believe. No, it wasn't. It was a different outfield spot. Yeah, it was different. Rue.
Are you an African American?
Yes. No, not me, but yes, the person is.
Did you play for a National League team?
I already asked this, and I'm not entirely sure. Yes, he did. He did play for a National League team. I think. I'm not. I just don't know if the.
Got the World Wide Web in front of you, and you can't even do a little research before you come to the table.
Oh.
Horrible host.
Oh.
That's
Hey, you know what? I don't see. You know what? This hangout is still going. I don't see the O'Reilly hangout still in syndication. Okay.
Hello.
Oh. Sorry, I can't do that through my phone for some reason.
All right, wait a minute. By my calculations, it's still in my balls in my court. Still, I didn't get a wrong answer. So let me keep going. Did you have more than 500 home runs?
Yes.
Ah, are you Willie Mays?
No. Mr. Lane for the close it out. Close it out, Mr. Lane.
You know what? Is this player you're thinking Henry Aaron?
It's Hammerin' Hank
Oh.
Aaron. That is correct.
Yes,
Why
yes.
it's a special day today. You know why today's a special day?
Oh yeah, of course. It was April the 8th, 1974, 41 years ago. Henry Aaron hit 715. So that
How
was
many did Willie Mays
it
have?
off of?
600?
660.
Okay.
What pitcher did he hit it off of?
It was Al Downing, I believe it was.
That's knowledge right there.
Used to pitch for the Yankees too years ago.
There you go. There's some knowledge.
That's why I've never heard of the guy.
Oh boy. All right.
Woo! 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 Very good there, Justin.
Mr. Lane, can we get a roar from you? All right. All right, moving on this edition of the Horseman Hangout Baseball Preview. All right, so we want to give our predictions here. I guess I'll start. I guess we'll do World Series, National League, American League, and the World Series. So my pick for the National League is none other than the No, just kidding. It's going to come from the National League Western Division this year, and I was actually fighting between a new team that is hot, the Padres, and a team that's been good for a couple of years, the Dodgers. And I think it's going to come out of Tinseltown. I think the Dodgers are going to win the National League on the backs of Mr. Clayton Kershaw and Zach Greinke and Mr. Jimmy Rollins. So they're going to be a solid team. It's going to be a tough division, and I think they'll finally put it together in the playoffs, which they haven't been able to do. So in the American League, you guys are putting me on the spot because I haven't completely settled on my team yet. I was leaning towards another team out west, but I'm also leaning towards a team in the East. But I was going to say the Angels, but I don't think their starting rotation is strong enough. I think Jared Weaver's on the downswing of his career, so I'm going to go out on a limb here. And I'm going to make a pick that may not be very popular, but I'm going to say the Baltimore Orioles of the American League will come out of the American League East and represent the American League, and they will face the Los Angeles Dodgers in the World Series, and the Los Angeles Dodgers will win the World Series in 5 games. That's all I have to say. Mr. Z, your prediction.
My predictions, not to echo you too much, but I also have the Los Angeles Dodgers coming out of the National League. I think they are stacked. Pitching-wise and lineup-wise, they have the leadership now to keep the clubhouse loose with a guy like Jimmy Rollins. I hit a 3-run home run on opening day. I had some poor errors yesterday, though.
Correct.
Jimmy has the leadership and brings the
Wait, what? He had 4 errors?
2 errors yesterday.
Oh, I didn't see that.
He brings the leadership and the winning pedigree that I think that locker room needs to put him over the hump. And the Dodgers come out of the National League. I'm going to go with a team I'm watching right now, the Boston Red Sox. I think they will compete, and I think they have the lineup to get there. And then they'll realize that they need the ace to go out and make a deep playoff run, and they'll pull the trigger and they'll make the trade for Cole Hamels. They'll give in to the demands of Ruben Amaro Jr. and they'll give up catching prospect Blake Swihart to the Phillies and make that trade. And they'll ride the Hamels Express much like the Phillies did to the World Series, where they will lose to the Los Angeles Dodgers in 6 games. Jimmy Rollins takes home his 2nd World Series trophy.
And maybe his first MVP. Stephen Page, do you have a World Series prediction for us?
Oh, you're putting me on the spot. Okay, I'm going to pick the Boston Red Sox from the American League. Big surprise. From the National League, I will go with... I know you're probably not going to like this, but I'm going to go with the Washington Nationals.
Oh.
Not a bad pick. I mean, a lot of people are picking them to win not only the National League but the World Series. So I couldn't do it because we don't like them. So I can't pick them. But I also had one national baseball correspondent predict that the Nationals won't even make the playoffs. I forget who it was. It was interesting though. Root TV, your sorry, Root TV, your prediction.
Did y'all eat dinner there, host?
I ate dinner. Yes, I ate dinner at our parents' house. I went over there tonight for dinner.
Just checking, buddy.
Why?
Hey, I'm your brother. I'm gonna make sure you ate.
Okay. Did you eat?
Yeah, you saw me eating, buddy.
That was your dinner? The pretzels and mustard?
Those were snacks.
Cottage cheese.
Those were snacks, Z.
They look delicious, buddy.
They were all snacks, Z.
What's up with your black background? I can't see anything in the back.
Yeah, it's I have the background kind of like blacked out, sort of like at a Raw taping when they black out the crowd because there's nobody there. So I have blacked out the back there.
Oh,
All right, who's Rue picking in the World Series?
Well, it is imperative that we're dead on with this, and I just have a funny feeling that you three are right about the AL. I think the Boston Red Sox, even though what is this? Is it still 3-0?
It's 4-1, and Ken Giles in a bit of a jam right now with Pedroia at the plate and 2 men.
American League, I'm going to go with the Boston Red Sox. I just feel like they have a solid squad this year with a lot of enthusiasm and talent. And then the National League, unlike the host, I do my homework when presented with questions like this, and I've done this research. I've Googled, I've watched video, I've watched movies, actually. And you want to know the movie? It's Back to the Future 2. And the winner of the National League will be the Chicago Cubbies.
Wow.
They will win the National League because
Biff said so.
Because, obviously, if we had the chance, and I have the chance, and I'm doing it right now, I'm putting some money on the Cubbies. Cubbies and Boston Red Sox, the winners.
Let's be honest, you're just picking the Cubbies because you love CM Punk, okay?
I'm picking the Cubbies because Back to the Future 2, you probably don't even remember the scene, Justin. Does anyone else remember the scene in Back to the Future?
I heard something about it, yes. I heard about it.
Yeah. He wishes he could go back and put some money up.
Yes.
Yeah, Sports Almanac. So I'm going to say the Cubbies, and I'm going to say the Cubbies win the World Series against those Bo Sox.
Rue, in that scene, who did the Cubs defeat in the World Series in 2015?
Oh, God. Miami Marlins.
That's right.
Yeah.
Would be impossible in this day and age, but...
Wait, were they actually called the Miami Marlins?
No, it was a crocodile logo swinging a bat, and it said Miami.
Oh, okay.
So who did Steve predict to win the World Series? You saying the Red Sox?
The Red Sox over the Nationals.
Okay. I just want to make sure I have that. Okay.
It's all on you. I want to ask you something. Why would you wear the original Six hat to a baseball preview show?
Hey, I'm ready for hockey too, so I'm just I'm just watching.
All right. Well, just so you know, we will not be doing an NHL playoffs edition of this.
No. Of course not. Of course not.
All right, Mr. Lane, I want to hear your MLB prediction.
Well, my predictions is very simple. I said it on last week's show. I'm going to say in the American League, and none of you guys picked any of these teams, but I know I did. I said this last week.
Yankees, or else I'm not your
No,
president.
no Yankees.
Okay.
No Yankees, Paige. No, sir. I have the Detroit Tigers against the St. Louis Cardinals, and the St. Louis Cardinals win their 12th World Championship. So it's going to be Brad Ausmus against Mike Matheny, and I think Matheny's going to win. That's who I think will win. I will be happy if Mr. Hayward wins the ring with St. Louis. Maybe he signs a contract extension because. Let's talk a little bit about Hayward for a minute. He'll be a free agent as well by the end of this season unless St. Louis locks him up, which is still a possibility.
I think they will. I think they are going to lock him up.
That's what I'm thinking because he'll be a free agent next year if he doesn't commit to the St. Louis Cardinals. So I think St. Louis will win the World Series. As far as your all other predictions are concerned, I have them right here in my notes. There's everyone's predictions, including mine, ladies and gentlemen. And as far as I'm concerned, the Dodgers have to prove it to me in the playoffs. I mean, beyond the Cubs and the Braves, beating those teams in the playoffs, the Dodgers to me are unproven. I'm sorry to say, they're not seasoned enough, nor are the Washington Nationals. They failed in the playoffs, so they have to prove me wrong as a baseball fan. The Nationals, I think, are overrated right now as a whole, and they got to prove me wrong. The Dodgers and the Nationals, to me, as a baseball fan, have to prove me wrong. The Cardinals, I think, are better, and I think that the Detroit Tigers are better. And no, the Yankees. I don't know if the Yankees will make the playoffs. They're hit or miss.
Got to run.
That's all I'm going to say. That's it.
All right. As we see our Phillies lead dwindle here to 4-2, as Ken Giles struggles.
Break-in, by the way.
What's that?
I said that was a Sports Center break-in.
Let me bring in something here. I was watching the MLB Network.
What are you drinking? What is that? What is that, a dog or something? What is that, Steve?
No, that's a Coca-Cola.
Oh, but it's in is it from it's from the airport? Cool. Are you, I gotta know, are you like in a secluded part of the airport? Or
Yes,
that
is a dog, actually. That's weird. You can see that.
Are there people around you? Like, are you just in a secluded part of the airport?
I am in a bar.
Okay. I think Rue TV said that he would give you $15 if you yelled 2 words "suck it" at the top of your lungs at the bar.
Can I see the money up front?
Rue?
Hey, I didn't say $15, but he'd be over with me. By the way, speaking of, where's those keys?
He's thinking about it.
All right. He's pondering.
All right, I think it's a no-go. Maybe at the end of the show. Have a couple more beers or Coca-Cola.
I have to say 2 words for you.
I got 2 words for you. Say it like that.
How about a yes?
So.
Bissy, stop that.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Get the whole bar going here.
Mr. Lane, have you contacted Steve privately about the shipment of the Tasty Cakes?
As a matter of fact, we did talk a little bit about it on Facebook. So he did.
Did you get my message?
Yes, I did. Yes.
Okay. All right.
Yes, sir. I did.
Those crumpets are waiting. The crumpets are waiting.
Yeah, well, I have them right here. I'll just show them to you all one more time.
What do you have? Oh, the Tasty Cakes.
Which, the candy cakes and the... There you go. And we have an appearance by Biscotti. Biscotti, we'd like your... Biscotti, can you hear me?
Mr. Lane, what kind of crumpets are they?
What kind of crumpets are these, Mr. Z?
Yeah, well, don't they make jelly ones too?
Yeah, they're hard to find though. These are very easy to find right here. These are just
so serious. Biscotti, who's your pick to win the World Series this year? He's obviously picking the Padres, the San Diego Padres. He was a fan of the crime dog, Fred McGriff, when he was on the Braves. The crime dog. Oh, I like that one. She's waving. Hi, Missy. For those of you who saw Raw, I only got to caught bits and pieces of it. Thoughts, comments, about the direction that we're heading toward Extreme Rules. Rue, were you able to catch?
I caught bits and pieces of it. I didn't see a lot of it, but I did see the Chris Jericho, John Cena interview on the network following the show.
I know Steve tweeted about Talk is Jericho. Steve, what were your thoughts on some of the things that John Cena had to say?
I thought it was a good interview. I don't think, he talked about on his podcast today with Vicky Guerrero. That's what I tweeted out about. Hold on. This guy's all cut. So he talked about how, people were tweeting at him. You didn't answer the hard question, or you didn't ask him the hard questions. Like, he even brought up something about bearing the Nexus or something. I don't know. People just wanted him to ask him these obscene questions that, I don't even know if he would ask these questions on his own radio show, let alone on the
Yeah, I mean, Rue, you mentioned that on the show, Cena revealed that he was going to turn heel.
Yeah, I think it was the first time he was scheduled to face Rock at WrestleMania. It was proposed to him.
and everything.
Yeah, he got new gear, new music, and he was very enthusiastic. But then they scrapped it, so they scrapped the heel turn. This was a few years ago, and I don't think they're ever gonna turn him heel. Honestly,
That would be a great collector's edition. If anybody could dig out what they did with those tights and the new or whatever they did with the Cena, I wonder what happened. What exactly happens to that stuff when it's not?
If he ordered it, he probably still has it because you never know. One day they might. I mean, they won't, in my opinion, but you never know.
I mean, you don't think he orders it?
What's that?
You think he orders it, or who's in charge of ordering the tights and stuff and the merch?
For John Cena, he probably did his own stuff. It goes through WWE, so he doesn't have to pay for it, but he probably has a hand in it. The lesser guys get their stuff either if they already have it, they get it. If they have a specific gimmick. I mean, if you're Bray Wyatt, WWE takes care of your attire. But if you're who's that guy that flips around? Neville. I'm sure he gets his own stuff.
Right. I heard Neville had another match on Raw. Was it good? Anybody see it?
Yes, I thought it was a very good match.
Who do you wrestle?
Seth Rollins.
Oh, that sounds good. Rollins clean pin. Rollins win.
Yeah, well, J&J Security got involved, so, but it was a very good match.
Now, is it the way it's going? Is it going to be Orton and Rollins at Extreme Rules, or what are they setting up for?
They ended the show. I didn't see it, but I saw clips and read it. They ended the show with Seth Rollins standing over Randy Orton, and Rollins was raising the belt, so that's the direction they're going to go. Rollins Orton.
Yeah. They had a three-way match. They had a triple threat match on Raw. It was Orton, Ryback, and who was the third person? Oh boy, crap. I know it was a third person, but yeah, Roman Reigns. Sorry, thank you.
No problem.
Because it was those three men. They went at it in a triple threat to have a title of the number one contender for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, which is currently held by Seth Rollins. And I thought the match last week, with Neville was excellent.
Excellent. All right, Rue TV. Well, let me just say, tonight, I want to bring back a segment that is probably the best segment of Horsemen Hangout. We haven't done it in a while. We're going to bring back Promo Mania. And it's not going to be a wrestling edition. We're going to bring back a baseball edition of Promo Mania. And I'm going to volunteer Rue TV to be one of the contestants, as he does a lot of good baseball impersonations. I'm going to suggest you do Harry Callis, but if you want to do somebody else, you can do, Tim McCarver, you could do Vince Scully, you can do, who else do you do from baseball? L.A., Fransky.
Bill Conlon.
And if anybody else wants to, I think Z wants to participate, it seems like here.
No, I'm just throwing out names. I like Mr. Lane to get in on the action.
Mr. Lane, do you do a good Skip Carey, or who would you like to do here? Have you frozen?
Mom.
Well, we were mumming about that earlier. Mr. Lane, I'm just wondering if you would like to partake in this Promo Mania.
Baseball edition.
Baseball edition of Promo Mania.
Now you can do announcers or famous scenes from baseball history.
Anything related to baseball. Player, manager, commentator, anything you want.
Okay, let me think here. I need to think it as well here for a second.
All right. Rue, have you made up your mind on who you want to be?
Yeah.
All right. Rue has made up his mind. Mr. Lane, have you made up your mind?
You know what? I'll do this one. I'll play as Vince Scully because I actually, he and I actually have the same birthday, but we'll talk about the Vince Scully birthday and my birthday on another show.
Awesome.
I
Awesome.
will do Vince Scully.
The greatest living broadcaster possibly of all time. So, all right, we'll start. Who wants to go first? Mr. Root TV, would you like to go first?
Yeah, sure. Let's go.
All right, and this is Promo Mania Baseball Edition, and take one. Well, who are you?
Tim McCarver?
Are you?
Tim McCarver, he has nothing good to add to come.
And we're here live back on the Superstation PBS, and it looks like the Braves are up to bat. In this half of the inning, we have Mr. Sid Graham. Sid Graham at the bat. And who do we have here on the opposition? Pitching against Mr. Graham is Doug Drayback. Against the Braves. Mr. Lane, our super fan of the Braves, here on the TBS Superstation, 6:05 start time. Have a good day. Hey, Mr. Lane.
All right, Skip Carey, it's time for Dodger baseball. We are live from Dodger Stadium right here in Los Angeles, Chavez Ravine. My name is Vince Scully. This is Dodger baseball on Sportsnet LA. Tonight we have the Los Angeles Dodgers going against the San Francisco Giants, a rivalry that goes back to the turn of the century when the teams used to play in New York. And as everybody knows, we know about the shot heard around the world. They had the legendary announcers. My mentor, Red Barber, was an announcer during that moment. And then you also had the famous voice of Russ Hodges. Now, as we all know, I saw the great Jackie Robinson play, and he was an excellent baseball player. And we also had the teams of Pee Wee Reese. We also had the teams of the great Sandy Koufax and Don Drysdale. An excellent 1-2 punch for those Los Angeles Dodgers. Now, this is Vince Scully along with Joe Garagiola. This was the 1988 World Series where Kurt Gibson hit a Dennis Eckersley slider deep into right center, where in some situations, some people thought that Kurt Gibson wasn't going to be able to play. That was the last time that the Los Angeles Dodgers...
Mr. Scully, can you make that call? Can you make the Kurt Gibson call right now for us?
All right. You want me to do the call in Vince Scully mode? Okay.
If you remember it.
All right. High fly ball into right field. She is gone.
Wait a minute. There's one notable.
Yeah, you forgot the famous line. Isn't that Vince Scully's line?
Jack Buck actually makes that call.
Oh, yeah, that was Jack Buck.
Let me try.
The impossible has happened.
Yeah, that's it. Was that
No. The line was, "I don't believe what I just saw."
That was Jack Buck, Skip. Stop it. That was Jack Buck. Who
I gotta get
was on NBC with Joe Garagiola. It was not Vince Scully. It was not Joe Garagiola. It was Jack Buck on CBS Radio doing that radio call.
I think, didn't Scully say the impossible has happened though on the local?
That would be correct, Mr. Justin DeRossi, sir.
The impossible has happened.
That's right. Little roller up along first, behind the bag. It gets through Buckner. Here comes Knight, and the Mets win it. Okay,
right,
I'm done.
Z, I think you wanted to get on this.
Yeah, I'll get in on this. I'll do a little Harry the K for you guys.
And ladies and gentlemen, here's the announcer of the Philadelphia Phillies, Harry Callis. Harry?
Well, thank you, Vin. Here we are here at Citizens Bank Park in the eighth inning, where the Phillies are tied with the Washington Nationals, 3-2, two outs, and Chase Utley stepping to the plate. Nationals reliever Saul Rivera is in the game here, and I want to tell you about the original Fudge Kitchen, Ocean City Boardwalk. Since 1932, the original Fudge Kitchen. Here's the pitch by Rivera, swing and a long drive. Watch this, baby, way out of here. Home run, Chase Utley, and the Phillies take the lead in the bottom of the eighth. How's that, Mr. Lane?
Very well done, Vince Scully. Very well done, sir. That's why Vince Scully's one of the best baseball announcers it will ever see in our lifetime.
Yeah, good Vince Scully there.
No,
Well, thank you, Roo TV. I appreciate it.
they were all three good, very good. I have to give it to Skip Carey though. He sounded spot on as the Braves announcer there. I wish I had. I'm not as good as my brother with impersonations, but he did Harry. Harry Carey is one that's often imitated. I'm not gonna try Harry Carey. Who could you go? I mean, you could go the guy from the guy on the Angels commentator, and he was
Oh, you mean Victor Rojas?
no, the guy that says "Big Fly, Mike Trout."
Yeah, it's Victor Rojas.
That's Victor Rojas? I didn't know he was Hispanic.
And he used to be on the MLB Network. He was on the MLB Network, I think, its very first year. Then he went to the Angels as an announcer. So yeah, he's the one that calls the Mike Trout home runs.
All right, while we're at it, let's go around and I want to hear your favorite announcer. And it can't be like you can't. It's got to be like an active guy. Okay. That covers. It could probably like a national. You don't really local. We don't really have any. So, Z, do you have an idea of who do you like?
Strictly baseball or any sport?
No, I want to hear baseball.
Oh, baseball. Oh, man. Vince Scully, definitely. If I had to go...
Dig a little deeper.
I mean, I enjoy Scott Fransky. I think he's one of the best. And if I might take some heat for this, but I think Joe Buck calling a baseball game is really good. Joe Buck calling a football game, not so much. But they're my favorites.
All right, Mr. Page, do you have a favorite announcer?
Well, my local guy is Don Orsillo calling for the Boston Red Sox. I really like him. He does the play-by-play alongside Jerry Remy.
The TV guy?
Huh?
He's a TV guy? He does the TV?
Yeah. Yep.
Cool.
He's done national games with TBS.
Yes, he has.
I know Roo TV's old favorite was the San Francisco Giants' John Miller. But John Miller is no longer on ESPN. I think he still does the Giants games, but...
Forgot about him. Tomas Perez.
Beltran.
Beltran.
You know who else is really good is Steve Berthier for the Arizona Diamondbacks.
Another good name, yep.
Steve Berthume. I like the Sunday night crew they have now. Talk about the guys who replaced John Miller. I like
Crook.
the bald guy. I forget his name. He does college basketball too. You know who I'm talking about.
Yeah,
Whitetail.
Yeah.
No, he's pretty good. Yeah, and Kruk. Actually, I watched the Sunday night game, the Cubs game, and Schilling did a good job. Schilling's a part of that team now.
Good. Who's that other? ESPN has that other guy, that other fat guy with the red hair, kind of looks like Chris Farley.
Oh, that's John Shambi.
Yeah.
John Shambi.
Yeah, he used to do the Braves years ago too.
Yeah,
but if I have to choose a favorite announcers, there's a couple of them that are non-Braves, non-Phillies. I think you all should give them a shot. Listen to them. San Francisco Giants. I like Kuiper and Kruko. Those are very good.
They used to be on Triple Play Baseball on EA Sports.
Yeah,
that's correct. But those guys are very good. And another one that's very good. But I know they're both for the rival Mets, but they're very good. Ron Darling, Keith Hernandez, and Gary Cohen. Those guys are very good. I like those guys.
I also really like Gary Thorne for the Orioles.
Oh,
And
Gary Thorne's
Gary
great.
Thorne,
He is.
the voice of ESPN hockey. Mr. Lane, give me Gary Thorne's goal call.
All right.
Oh.
Steve Eiserman shoots. Scores! Steve Eiserman! Detroit wins!
That's right.
Score!
Oh, boy. All right. Well,
Mr. Lane, how long before we go off the air? I'll make you laugh, but how long could you sustain or hold a Lane laugh? How long could you hold it for?
hashtag Lane Laugh.
Let's shoot for 30 seconds.
Ah.
All right, let's shoot for 30 seconds. I'll make you laugh. Just think, I'll see. So something. How can I make Mr. Lane laugh? Think about maybe a midget version of Yokozuna twerking.
Woo!
Whoa, that was impressive. How'd you? Oh my God, that was great. I wish I could laugh that long. That was great.
Mr. Lane, who was the guy that used to, when TBS first got the MLB playoffs a couple years ago, I believe in 07,
Right.
or 08, and who was the guy who did Ryan Howard's Got That Power? Which guy was that?
I think it might have been Arcillo. I think he was the one that called the.
That was the worst.
Yeah, the Superstation, I think.
We make fun of that guy, but I vividly remember that NLDS team being the worst broadcast. They were the worst, and they were so blatantly
it was the Brewers series, right?
Yeah, they were so blatantly. They also, I think.
Oh, you mean John Anderson? I think his name is John Anderson. I think he does the Brewers too.
The guy that did the play-by-play was so blatantly against the Phillies, it was sick. It was so disgusting.
Yeah,
he would get so pumped up when the Brewers scored a run, and when the Phillies scored a run, even at home, he would just downplay it. He sucked.
Hey, is somebody near a baby? I thought I heard a baby crying.
Nay.
Steve, are you near a baby?
No.
Thought I heard a baby.
Hey, Phil's win.
We are 1-1 here. The Phillies wrap up their win number 1. Win goes to Aaron Harang. Save goes to former Red Sox Jonathan Papelbon.
Doesn't do a damn thing anymore, Papelbon.
Hey, he's actually not been that bad the past year and a half. So, all right.
Since he left the Red Sox, he sucked. We got him in his prime.
Yes.
Okay.
He did.
I don't think he's necessarily sucked. He's going to become the Phillies' all-time leader in saves this year. He's been effective, but the team hasn't been effective.
Yeah, and the thing is, he's been effective, but for what cost? They paid way too much. Their contract handcuffed them. It's a bad contract. But
Yes, it was.
It could have been worse. So, all right. I have to go to bed because it's been a long day for me. You guys have
Pal, did you get a shower yet?
No, I have not. I'm gonna get one tomorrow morning actually. So.
No, get a shower. Get a shower.
Mr. Lane has on the MLB.TV. He's watching. What is that? The Yankees and the Blue Jays.
That's correct. Yes. Yankees, Blue Jays. Sorry, Steve, but I have the Yankees on here.
Now, I'm going to propose we end the show a little differently because it is a baseball preview. I'm going to propose, instead of our final thoughts, I think we should have Mr. Lane, like a true announcer would, do as Vin Scully and just do a brief wrap-up of the show and sign us off.
You want me to do that there, Z?
Is anybody opposed to that?
I totally agree with that. Just going to give one last shout-out to Mr. Big Josh Hinkle. Hope to see you next week, Big Josh.
All right.
All right, and we're wrapping up the Horsemen Hangout today for April 8th, and now for the post-game show, and a final thought. Take it away, Vin Scully.
Well, thank you, Harry Callis. I'm Vince Scully again. Signing off from Chavez Ravine here in Los Angeles, California. This was Los Angeles Dodger Baseball on Sportsnet LA.